Hello everyone, this is Magic Raven Tarot, and thank you for joining me for this video. In this video today we will find out your past, present and future self, your spiritual journey. So we do have today 4 piles, and you may choose which pile you resonate the most. We have pile 1 with this beautiful yellow heart. We have pile 2 with this white heart. We also have pile 3 with this green heart. And we have pile 4 with this blue heart. So feel free to choose what pile you like the most. If you feel like you want to choose more than one pile, you are free to listen the other pile as well. Whatever resonates with you. And if you enjoy it, please like and leave a comment in the comment section. Okay, pile number 1. So for those who enjoy so much the process of choosing the oracle cards and the tarot cards, I leave this special section for you. For those who don't want to go through this process, you can easily skip this section and go directly to the pile that you choose. So I'm gonna use those oracle decks from here. And then at the end of the tarot decks, we have for pile number 1 the good tarot. And I will just start shuffle the oracle cards. So let's see your spiritual journey, the past, the present, and the future. So we have the past, the present, and the future. So we're gonna ask the spirit kindly about the spiritual journey of pile number 1. The past, the present, and the future. Oh, I saw that. The past, the present, and the future. All right, so those were the oracle cards that I chose. And now we're gonna shuffle the tarot cards. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose 7 cards for the past, 7 for the present, and 7 for the future. So let's see. For the past, we ask the spirit kindly. 1, the present, in the future. The spiritual journey. So this is like 2. We have the 3rd. Okay, I saw you. The present and the future. So this is the fourth. Let's see the fifth card. The past, the present, and the future. And the sixth. All right, thank you. I felt this one from here. Right here. Yes, that's correct. In the future. So we do have 6 here. Here we have 6 and 6. So let's do the 7th. The past, the present, and the future. All right. So that was the shuffling process for pile number 1. And let's just go to the reading. Okay, pile number 1. So we have here the past, the present, and the future for your spiritual journey. And let's see the first, which is the past of your spiritual journey. So I'm gonna start with the oracle cards. We have repelled, we have the tree, the power of 3, companionship, the Fool, the 7 of Earth, the Messenger of Earth, the King of Fire, the Queen of Air, the 8 of Air, and the 7 of Water. Okay. So, I see here in your past, on your spiritual journey, you have the oracle card repelled, which to me, it seems that you were probably in your past, your spirit was really fascinated by things that maybe repel others. And in the process, you acknowledge with respect for each of the other people that you may had different opinions, and you honor those differences between you and the other people involved. And probably you hid some things because you wanted to be more private. And you even went to great lengths to maintain that privacy. And probably people around you became really quiet and defensive and acted like they are on their guard when you were around. And some who were considered friends became distant. And you really liked in your past to change those things, but you were very scared. You were worried that you might get people offside, But in the end, you asked yourself, what do you have to lose? Because keeping secrets, it could be poisoning. And you felt probably in your past isolated. And the best for people was to come clean. So that's what I see for pile number 1 in the past. And we have also here from Gilded Reverie, we have the tree here with number 5. And I see here that you've been in a place where you had to maintain yourself and stay and grow. And you took care of your body, your mind, and your soul. And probably many of you had really were very healthy in your past. And you worked very much to ensure a secure future. So you had a good health in your past. That's what this card is telling me. And you were focused on providing your own security as well, possible even family responsibilities. And of course, if you dealt with some health issues, they were related very much to stress here. But if we look at the picture, we have the tree depicts, there is also like the tree of life here. It's a spiritual symbol. And this spiritual symbol has its roots in the most ancient civilizations. Whether it's Babylonian or Egyptian or Jewish, the image of the tree speaks here of antiquity and ancient roots. And you found in your past your true health in aligning yourself between that which is above and that which is below. And the harmonies of these colors, because we see here the rainbow colors, which is reflected through the tree, symbolize the holistic nature of healing and life itself. So you are very focused on creating this stability with your health in your past. I see also here the 3 witchy sisters, the power of 3, which tells me that to you it applied that in your spiritual journey, that everything that happened, it happened 3 times. And something that has already happened twice will happen 1 more time. And something that has happened 3 times, it's complete, finished. So it might be that you went in your past through a situation which repeated in cycles, and it could be relationships or a job, anything that you engage your energy within. And this happened repeated 3 times until you learn the lesson. So that happened to you. And we also have here the companionship from Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And here we have the moon in Libra. And I see here that there was this sense of justice and beauty. Because the moon, it's about security. We have these 4 figures feminine here. And they are linking their arms in friendship. So I do think that you cared very much in your past for the feelings of the others, how the others are feeling. And probably the others got really quickly upset when they were not really in harmony. But with the Libra energy here, you were able in your past to immerse your own emotional needs, even if someone else were going through difficulties. And you had a very powerful desire to please the others and keep everything in balance emotionally. Even if you were going through a tricky situation, you try to maintain this harmony. And for you, for the Moon Libras, the environment was quite very important. The environment to be really beautiful and tasty. And you searched, you sought to feel with your partner maybe, to live in a very harmonious settings as well. but a very constant need in your past to act as a peacemaker between the other people. And probably you even swinged occasionally, even at the risk of being or looking in the eyes of the others a little bit selfish. But you knew that how the other people are feeling and acting, it was really affecting you very much. So you were trying to not fall into this trap of allowing yourself to be treated like a doormat. And it could be also indicates that in your past you had to deal with a relationship where you actually entered with purely emotions and domestic security. This is what you were seeking out of that relationship. And probably you took care of your home because you might have good taste in arranging the home in that way to look beautiful and maybe have nice meals. And it indicates here that probably you had a beautiful home in your past, even in your childhood. Really making the house very beautiful. And there is also in your past discussions about business or contracts or seminars for those of you who engage in teamworks, but even new friendships and social meetings here. So this is like the vibe of the oracle cards that I'm seeing here in the past of your spiritual journey for pile number 1. And let's look at the tarot cards now here. We have very interesting cards here. We have the Fool, which is a lot of enthusiasm. It might be that in your past you had a spiritual approach which didn't really look logical and sometimes even seemed impractical, but you took risks and you had trust that with faith anything was possible, because the invisible realms revealed each step along the way to you, one step by one step, and you were able in your past to experience this regardless of where you traveled. You spent a lot of time where you learn that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And with the 7 of Earth, you really opened yourself to a new strategy here. You probably have been to a crossroad where you had to take a decision. You reflected on your progress to see where you stand, and you even contemplated if you want to continue dancing on the same song or change your tune. And you knew that you were always free to go back to and reimagine what you might have co-created. So if what manifested into your past did not serve you as you thought it might be, then you weren't afraid to admit it, that it's no longer that experience or that thing, it's no longer for me anymore, and that whatever you choose to do in your past, you were not afraid to start over, because you had this trust that the Spirit always supported you in your highest good. And with the Messenger of Earth, I saw that you were a very hard worker. You proceed everything with integrity. You had this energy of perseverance, very prudent and careful, with a lot of stamina and dedication also. Very committed to co-create with the Spirit effectively and efficiently. And you did your best. You never left a job half done. You were very dedicated and determined, knowing that your efforts really will pay off somehow. I also see here with the King of Fire and the Queen of Air, which is very interesting, that some of you might have been in the past a very strong spiritual influencer, where you used your own creativity to inspire leadership within you and the others. Very aligned, and leadership energy, I sense it from here. As well, it might be that some of you mastered those gifts and really teach others, especially when it benefits the others, directly or indirectly. But you really modeled what you might had aspired to. And you also ask yourself in your past, how can you be confident in your own abilities and visions without really becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? And I see here with the Queen of Air, which is like the Queen of Swords, that you had to set healthy boundaries, where you had to build your strong self-esteem. Very calculated, and you took decisions, very clear communication, organized. You saw the things with clarity, and as well your intentions were in alignment with your understanding. And you quite knew how to play this game of colored life and be very strategic. Very interesting, especially when it comes about business and relationship. Very strategic, and even this energy of being a leadership in your past. And I couldn't not notice those birds' white feathers here as well, and in the card 8 of Air, which is like the 8 of Swords also, it tells me that you are a very good communicator. Many of you might have worked in this area, but very skilled when it comes about communication. And I also see here that you had to release yourself from denial, and you had to see the things exactly as they are, very clear. You encouraged yourself in your past, and you encouraged the others to see the things exactly as they really are, without illusions. And you even free yourself from illusions that kept you from growing, and you get the healing that you deserve. So you kind of said goodbye to the illusions that really clouded your visions. And you remained somehow in your past honest, because that gave you strength and courage to face whatever you had to face in your past or at that moment in your life. And you are also, with this creative energy, you are also having this powerful imagination quality, even going into some sort of artistic endeavors with the 7 of Water here. It's the 7 of Cup. Fantasizing and using your abilities were very co-creative, and you just unleashed them here. So I see that is like how your spiritual journey was in your past. So let's go to, I'm gonna take now the cards from the past and put them away. And then we're gonna look at the present situation of your spiritual journey. So let's just put them here. And let's see the present. So we do have curious in the present. We also have the letter, shallow grave, you miss someone, domination, we have the Sun card, very shiny, the 6 of Earth, we have the 6 of Fire, the Ace of Air, the King of Water, the Ace of Water, and the Empress energy. Wow, very interesting. With so much water, which is like the emotions and the feelings and the relationships that we have. So I see here that in the present you are very curious. Probably you had to deal with a little bit of insecurity in the past, and in the present, your spirit, it's like you are not afraid to be curious. You ask all the time questions respectfully, till such time as until you understand. You are not anymore ashamed, pretending that you understand something when you don't. And you are very confident in the present moment. No more self-doubts, insecurities or paranoid ideas, because you learned the lesson of self-sabotage here. I also see that you know now that you are more than capable, and you know that now. Even if you feel a little bit of like when the self-confidence goes a little bit lower, you know that this is just in your mind, and you continue to believe in yourself, and you get the job done. And I see here that they say that curiosity killed the cat, but what does that really mean? So I see that you really have this deep sense of knowing there is more to know, and you are not scared anymore of standing up to those who want you to accept the situation as it is. And that might not bring you many friends in this instance, in the present moment. But in the end, it's you who has to sleep at night, knowing there was something else missing from the puzzle. So you continue to ask questions in the present moment. And eventually you are getting to the bottom of what is happening. And the others are witnessing also your curiosity, and they might have the courage to stand with you as well. So you inspire the others with your own curiosity. I see here with the letter card that some of you might be dealing in the present situation with a lot of documents or messages or informations, packages, even an invoice, a certificate, or a test result. But it is some information that you are dealing with in the present moment, and you have to lean towards that. I also feel here that there is a connection, an intimate connection between the letter and something familiar. So it could be an intimate communication as well, a familiarity. That's what the letter brings. But I also sense here with the feather that you are gaining in the present moment a lot of truths that come at surface, and you are communicating very clearly, even writing for some of you. There is also this card where you miss someone. So you might be holding, in the present moment, you might be holding on the past. Probably you idealize the past and refusing to not allowing yourself to get over a breakup with a friend. Some of you might be going through a period where you are moving to a new town, or maybe the parents have split it, or something is happening in the present moment now where you are convinced that you must have back in order to be happy again. And many of you might be mourning in this moment of what should have been, but it's this energy of deep sadness, and yet this experience really make you be more soft, and really indulging yourself in taking care of yourself, taking care of your heart as well. Very nostalgic at the present. It's like you are missing the connection that you have with the other souls that you've been in your spiritual journey in your past. We also have the domination card here also, which is like Mars in Sagittarius. And many of you are going now through a lot of action, adventure with a lot of optimism. And I see as well here that you are like trying to dominate a situation or a conversation or some sort of feelings. There is also this curiosity here in communication with other people. So you are using your power or your dominant energy to really gain the clarity and the truth out of the present situation that you are dealing with. And there is also a lot of optimism. I see here with the Mars, there is an optimism, and in the Sun card as well we have here very abundant in this present moment, where everything, you feel like everything is possible. And everything that you need to know, it's really illuminated. All the informations that you need to know, they are bringing it to the light. And it could be that you are dealing with projects that really come to fruition, relationships that might flourish right now, but your growth, your spiritual growth, it's assured here with the Sun card. A lot of abundance I see here, which is so beautiful. And you share also this abundance with the other people. So you are like feeling really deeply grateful for what is happening to you right now. There is also with the Six of Earth, I see unexpected resources, happy surprises and generosity. It's like you gain this wisdom from spiritual point of view, where everything that you gave comes back to you in many times over. Even like the other people around you are generous with you, and you have access to unexpected resources which they show up. It's like the universe opened this gate of abundance for you with the Sun energy and the Six of Earth, which is like the Six of Pentacles, and it's offering its own generosity, and it's reminding you also that the world is full of pleasant surprises. It's like a gift from the spirit. And of course, this is a very beautiful insight that you are going through it, because just when you were beginning to doubt, it is reminded again of all those treasures that you are entitled to receive, and they really show up at your door. So it's like opening a package, and you are like, with the letter here, I'm opening this package, and oh, what do I unwrap today? What gifts come to me? And you are also with the Six of Fire, you are stepping into this limelight. You are a very enlightened influencer as well. You model in the present moment your transformation, so others might be inspired. And it's like you put your light up to the top here, so it can shine forth, and you are helping others to find their way. And in the same time, in your present, you remain aware of your own shadows and people who have trouble when they are dealing with your warm light of higher awareness, and you are blessing them, but you do not dim your own beacon either. You renew all the time your trust that you are contributed. You contributed, and you continue to do that to the highest good of all in your own unique way, which is so beautiful. And with the Ace of Air, there is this destiny and fate, the law of karma, very powerful forces of transformation at work in the work sector as well, and in your spiritual field. A lot of synchronicities you are seeing, meaningful coincidences, I will call them, because those forces, this energy that are coming from the universe towards you, and which are beyond the human control, they operate in your life right now for the highest good. And you know that the things that are happening now, they are happening with great velocity, and you can also expect quicker results that will lead you forward with excellent informations that you will receive. And I see your heart open here with the King of Water. You are going through this illumination, enlightenment state where you are generous with the others here. And that's a very beautiful representation of the King of Water, the King of Cups, where you are generous and diplomatic, very fair and gentle, a good listener, non-judgmental peacemaker also, and mediating all the time using your communication, where you honor and you respect all beings, including yourself. And you also see the commonalities that you share with the others. And you gained this wisdom where you pay attention before you settle an opinion or before you make a decision or taking an action. And you lead the others with your leadership energy. You lead the others very gently and lovingly away from fear, away from this division that you might be seeing. And you collaborate with the others in a very harmonious way at this present moment. There is also the Ace of Water energy and the Empress, which tells me that you are starting a new project. It might be for some of you that you might receiving at the present moment with this letter some sort of proposal. There are new feelings that are flowing into your life. It could be a proposal of a relationship or marriage, but very intuitive and overflowing feelings as well. It's like an emotional awakening in the present moment, where you use your creativity and you might have starting something new, like a new friendship or a new project, a new business career, or a new relationship as well, where your heart is very opened and you feel very creative. And for some of you with the Empress card, which gives me this vibe of fertility, where you give birth. I see now in the present moment with the Ace of Cups and the Empress, you give birth to new ideas. Some of you might become parents as well, but there is this energy of giving birth to new experiences. And you carry this energy of nourishment inside, where you step into a new version of yourself. You do know that your life is rich, and there are a lot of possibilities that can manifest and you can create. You are a powerful co-creator, spiritually powerful co-creator, and you know that life loves you right now. Even when you are going through, when you can see through the shadow aspects as well. And there is a lot of potential and infinite possibility that will really manifest for the highest good. You are in a very good place right now, pile number 1. I'm really curious for pile 1 what the future in your spiritual journey holds. So let's just take these cards back. Very nice, this reading. Very powerful, pile number 1. I'm curious what the future holds for those who choose pile 1. We have awakening. Wow. Interesting. We also have the book. The ghost of the pumpkin patch. Count your blessings. You're gonna reap. I already see it here that you're gonna reap the rewards and the effects of everything that you put your energy into, because you are aligned. Pile number 1, you are very aligned with the universe. You also have to make a choice. And let's see the tarot cards. We have temptation, and I see here already that it has to do with a book or reading something or writing something. We do have the 2 of water, the 3 of water. So much water for pile number 1. And I feel like I want to say that you, my guys, have this sign or dealing with this sign in very influenced by water energy. And the water energy in horoscope, it's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy I'm getting here. We have the 4 of air. We do have the moon. We have the 4 of fire and the page of fire. So I see here with the awakening card that in your future, in your spiritual journey, you will be like a butterfly that bursts free from its cocoon. You stretch your wings and you really experience the rush of exploring a new world full of possibilities. This is the moment where true growth begins, when you are able to recognize the awakening of your spirit, and this spirit really emerge from your inner deep consciousness. And this feeling, which surpasses all others, will help you to unite with your own self and understand that you are part of something far greater than yourself. You are universal. And even thought you might be feeling in your future quite confused by this process, the changes that you will go through and you will experience, you will acknowledge them as being gifts. That they won't be something that you will be afraid of. And you will have many opportunities for you to reevaluate the past and to really look towards the greater future for your spirit. And you will make many plans where you will keep your mind open and your heart as well. And you will focus for even more future where you are headed. Like envision the path that you are headed on. And even if the path that you will try to envision at that moment when you will be going through this spiritual awakening, you even if you won't see it so clearly, even if it won't be clearly defined, you will know that you still have a little way off. And what will expect you at the end of the tunnel, it will be far better than you had ever imagined. Very, very beautiful card with the awakening here. Many of you will have those moments of Eureka moments, revelations and insights. And the book, I see here now with the book energy that the book contains this knowledge. It's like the book of secrets almost, if we look at the picture. Very educational and private. And it could be that some of you in your future will be focusing on projects or studies or journaling something. And I saw in your past, because I am connecting with the present. I saw the Sun card, and when the book and the Sun card appears together, I understand that you will really see right through the things exactly as they are. Very clear vision. You will gain a lot of insights, a lot of Eureka moments, I will call them. Even if the informations are hidden or unknown, you will gain those channeled messages or insights where occasionally you will have the knowledge that you might have learned. Many of you might gather this power of knowledge and the importance of possessing it. But because it suggests that in the future there might be something that you will need to learn. And you will use your imagination a lot as well. And I see with the ghost of the pumpkin patch, when the ghost of the pumpkin patch arrive, it's more about counting your blessings. You will reap the fruits of everything that you put your energy within. A lot of abundance as well. You will continue to be in this state of abundance, where you harvest everything that it's yours. And you might also be able to share from your own abundance with the others as well. You don't let yourself being cheated, or you won't let yourself being tricked into anything, because you can see clearly the truth, and nothing that you deserve or it's meant to be for you will pass through your hands. You will get it, because I see in the future that the things that you put your hard work, you protected them very much, and you have earned them very rightfulness, because those things are not small, they are not ordinary. So I see a lot of material wealth here, more than you think. So you will be in this state of counting your blessings each day as well. And you will have to make a choice in your future, in your spiritual journey. I see here the Mars in Libra. And you will go through a lot of actions, a very big sense of justice and beauty as well. And there is also a temptation I can see here. Oh, that now I see, of course, there is, when it's Mars here, there is also, it might be that in the future you will have to choose between two people. Some of you will have to choose between two persons, and there will be this temptation of the choice that you will have to make, because the temptation has to do with an attachment. And you will have to be in your future careful of who you attach, because you have to watch for excesses and to really know what's not healthy for you. So if you choose in your future to focus on the material realm, you need to be aware of any excess or addictive behavior, your own or that of others. And because you will gain this knowledge in your future, you will be able to make a choice which is comes from pure love and pure growth, spiritual growth, without really maintaining a toxic dynamic. And if I think at your spiritual journey, of course, it might be that in your future you will have to give up at a sort of attachments that they are no longer serving you. And you will be able to really release all those addictions that you might be dealing with And it could be small things like a person or something that you are used to do and you are doing a lot. It could be also eating something or maintaining a behavior, a certain pattern of thinking. So you will have to make this choice of choosing what is best for you and what is right for your spirit to continue on this path of awakening. And I see also here with the 2 of water and the 3 of water that some of you will have in the future very harmonious partnerships, loving and lasting relationships, heart connection between 2 souls. And some of you, it could be that you might encounter a partner, or if it's the partner that you are having in the present moment, it will become much better, living in a very good harmony with it. Because together, you're gonna explore what is and might be, knowing that you are there for each other. 2 hearts beat as one, and encouraging one on the other. And you will have someone who will really bring the best out in you. And you can do the same for the other soul as well. For everything, for all the aspects and all the expressions of divine love. So some of you will find their soulmate, their counterpart, their partner, their long-term partner. And there will be a celebration also here with the 3 of water, where you will enjoy the community that you make part of. You will share a lot and you will have the same common goal. I see also a lot of friendships here where there is this joy and excitement, and it's like you embrace being a part of something larger than yourself. And you enjoy really this wholeness feeling that you have it, unity feeling with the community or the team that you make part of. And co-creating together. You will be surrounded by friends and family and companions where they will share their own experiences with you. And you will remember that you will have to accept each other as they are, with both shadow and light within. Especially with the moon energy here, because some aspects, some shadows and the shadow aspects, especially everything that it's in the subconscious mind will come at surface, and you will be able to really see clearly through the illusions. You might be able to see behind the scenes as well. You do know that your spirit know that the material realm, it's an illusion, and it's important to trust the mystery as well. So you do know that you will know that the current conditions are not necessarily a reflection of the truth of what's really going on in the present, but that there are many great opportunities that lies in the shadows, awaiting the perfect time for illumination. You do know how to do your own shadow work. You know and you accept the other shadow aspects of the other people that you are dealing with, and you will be able to really maintain this community and team together as a whole. Very, very wisey pile number 1. A very beautiful energy I'm seeing here. And we also have here the 4 of fire and the Page of fire. I see here those lights, here the 4 lights. Again, creativity, celebration again with the 3 of cups and the 4 of fire, celebrating something. Pleasure and harmony in relationships. Even for some of you, it could be, some of you might be in this field of dancing or singing or creating music, but you will really find yourself in sync with the others people and with your own desires. So there is in the future you will celebrate a lot of friendships that will be brought into your life, and you will feel a lot of pleasure of being in good company and making magic together with others. That will be the focus of in your future, in your spiritual journey. I see a lot of adventures also and enthusiastic action. Beginning a project again and acting on a new idea with the page of fire energy. You will follow the path, the truth of your life path, based on your desires. You will find your purpose and you will take the first step into this new project that you will do it. And you will know as well that your ideas have value, and you will dream so boldly, you will dream high. So that was my reading for pile number 1. I hope you enjoy it, and see you at the next reading. Hey, pile number 2. So we will shuffle the cards to see the past, the present, and the future in your spiritual journey. So we're gonna start with the oracle cards, and we will ask gently the spirit to tell us on your spiritual journey what was the past, the present, and the future for pile number 2. All right. One, the present and the future. Oh, thank you. The past, the present, and the future. Thank you. Oh, very nice. The past, the present, and the future. Okay, so now we're gonna take from this pile, which they choose the white beautiful heart, and we're gonna choose 7 cards for each time. So let's see the past, the present, and the future. We have 1. We need, oh, very nice. We need 7. The past, the present, and the future. So we have 3. 4. 5. And I feel this one, the 6th. Let's see the present And the last one for the future. There you go. Thank you. All right. So the cards are ready. We have the cards for the past in your spiritual journey. We have for the present and for the future. Okay, so now we're gonna start the reading. Hey, pile number 2. So those who choose this white heart, beautiful white heart, let's see the card for your spiritual journey. We have the cards for the past, the present, and the future. So let's start with your past. We have solemn with optimistic. We have magnifying glass. We have strangely lonely. Achievement. The sun energy. The hanging man. The two of cups. The magician energy. The 10 of swords. The 8 of cups. And the page of cups. A lot of water energy I sense here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I see here with the solemn card and the shadow aspect and the optimistic, the light aspect, that in your past, in your spiritual journey, pile number 2, you had a long face. You looked serious all the time and you were looking sad, and maybe you even forgotten how to smile. And maybe for you that was a strategy to show intensity and anger, to get people to respond. But for you that was a powerful tool and easily became an addiction. People became scared and responded to you only out of fear. And in their eyes, you have been perceived as an angry person, and maybe you had to really turn around and start to fake it because you didn't like that outcome. And most of people knew when you are being real or you are not being real, but that for you was a start in your spiritual journey. You wanted to experiment and to see exactly what is the feedback if you have this type of attitude, and you also used as a strategy to show really intensity and of your emotions and very serious all the time. And I see here with the magnifying glass from the Gilded Reverie Oracle Tarot that you had to take a closer look to gain more clarity, where you can provide more focus and a perspective. You had to take a closer look to a current issue, and you had to focus and scrutinize and maybe analyze a little bit more, because you had all the time this feeling that you overlooked something that wasn't quite visible, and you gave very much attention. You paid a lot of attention to the smallest detail that for you were vitally important. And it helped you with the magnifying glass here. It really helped you to investigate and uncover more information that really led you to a greater clarity of the situation. You had a closer look to everything, that all the issues that you were dealing with, and you brought to light many of the issues or details that weren't really visible. With the Strangely Lonely card here from the Oracle deck, Shadows and Light, I see here this well. This girl, it's holding this well, and the well for me means cycles. And the message of the card, it's holding on way to tide. And I see here that in your past, you were holding very tight of what you had. You felt that you must protect what you have, and you feared also that other people might intrude into your life and disturb your balance. So you really hold it very tight on whatever you had or whatever you felt that it makes you you. And maybe in your inner world you felt more rich than maybe other people, and you lived in this imaginative paradise or hell. It really depends on the state of mind that you were. But I know that this really didn't give you room to interact and engage with the loving others people, but it helped you holding too tight at that point in your life. It helped you to recreate your world anew, and you choose carefully who you allow in. Maybe you had only one person around you who was more like a security blanket, but that was just for a couple of moments, not for a long period of time, and it helped you at that point in your life to recreate another world. And I see here with the Oracle card from Oracle of the Radiant Sun that we have the Sun in Capricorn with the Achievement card. And that tells me that, of course, Capricorn, it's about duty and perseverance, but Sun in Capricorn, it's also fortune. And that tells me about your journey, your spiritual journey, that you were very conscious and ambitious organizer. And you use your intuition to really, you put them in good use, and you use them to advance, maybe slow and steady, but you advanced and you based yourself on a solid ground, and you were very security orientated as well. And maybe some of you were in a responsible position in a community where you had to show your abilities, but very good talent at organizing and thriving in an executive post. You also had patience to work hard in obtaining the necessary skills to achieve honor and recognition from the others. And I see here, because we have the Sun 2 times energy, that it was a very strong fortune in your past. You achieve a very strong fortune and with a very strong ambition to attain power and authority. And there are some negative aspects as well here that I'm going to talk about. I see here that you combined all those qualities that you had, but it might be that you, to achieve everything that you desired in your past, you didn't take account on no matter what big is the cost for it. So you got in life what you desired no matter the cost. And that could have been in your past a tendency to exploit the others as well. But you had a powerful moral sense and a feeling of obligation to set a good example for other people, and maybe because you have been chosen or promoted to a role. But I see here that in your past, in your spiritual journey, you were committed to a project, you had a great responsibility, and you maybe you were in a position where you had to recommend or a distinction in some activity and really help influential people or even famous people, I could say here. And I also, with the sun energy, 2 times, you were very aware of what you were doing, very conscious in reason and order. We have 2 times optimistic light aspect, which tells me that you used with optimism your intelligence as well. And oh, that's interesting with the hanging man energy here. I do see with the hanging man that maybe you had to make a sacrifice at one point in your life, a self-sacrifice here with the hanging man. And maybe you had to ignore social expectations, and it helped you to gain new perspectives and even play the martyr. In your past, in your spiritual journey, you had to make a sacrifice with the hanging man energy here. And of course, if we look at the picture here, there is this man hanging down here. His world or her world looks upside down. But despite of that sacrifice, and I see a sun also here, it's like 3 times the sun, you maintain that optimism, you maintain that awakening feeling, even if you had to do that sacrifice. And I think it had to do with a relationship here with the 2 of Cups in your past, where or it could have been a business partnership as well, or a friendship. But the 2 of Cups tells me about this connection between 2 people, very heart-based. It is more than in your past you entered in a relationship or a partnership which was very, very equal at that point in sharing. And you had the power and the possibility within this connection to express all your qualities with the magician energy and manifest everything that you desire. Magician energy carries this education and training and knowledge qualities, where it has been shown to you a lot of opportunities, and maybe you had this capacity to translate your thoughts and plans into action and manifest them. I see also here with the 10 of Swords that you were at some point overwhelmed by what you were experiencing. Something created pain to you and anguish, but it also brings you relief. And I had the feeling that it had to do with this relationship or partnership where you had to make a sacrifice or to give up, or maybe the other person had to give up. But I see here, despite the anguish and the pain, there is also a relief, because it was happening like an hysterical overreaction, I could say it here with the 10 of Swords. And if we look at the picture, there is this man kneeling, and he covered his head in anguish, and on his back he has this tattoo. And that's interesting. This is the second time when I see this sun everywhere, like how optimistic you were in your past and very strong, and maybe using your position of power in the detriment as a negative aspect to the other people. You ended up making this sacrifice when it comes about this partnership and relationship, where it was really very painful for both of you. And here I can see that you try to rationalize over your heart, because your heart was this 2 of Cups. And you learned in your past, within this connection, and it was a very important lesson for your spiritual growth. I can see here you learned that it's not only about being in a pure state mentally, but rather being in a balance of mind, heart, soul, and body. So this connection teaches you on all levels a very important and strong lesson. And I see here with the source that you are in this process of carving the tattoo here, like carving and teaching those lessons imprinted very strongly into your soul, into your body, into your mind, into your emotional body. And it, through this pain and anguish and overreaction and hysteria, I could say that it really helped you to enlarge your mind and expand your higher self, and really change all your consciousness, and it helped you to release all the negative energy that has been built up inside of you. So sometimes that it's a positive card. You have come to the end of a road, and you became ready in your past to become aware of new opportunities, and maybe even presenting to you a potential for change and growth. Because we have here the sun in Gemini, and this tells me that we see the end result of identifying too closely with our ego consciousness, which is the sun, what Buddhist refers to as the monkey mind, the mind that chatters endlessly and obsessively, so that the true perception is obscured with the Gemini. And I see you overcoming this, realizing this, and you abandon this path with the Eight of Cups. You abandon that path that you were on. You used your intuition to help you determine a new path. You return it to the source. You examine it with the magnifying glass energy here. You examine the hidden aspects. Maybe it gave you some restlessness at that point in your life, but you felt a strong urge and call to abandon something. Could be a person, could be a project, could be a pattern of thinking or behaving as you were behaving before, taking advantage of your position or your power in the detriment of the others, as I saw it earlier. But very intelligent, and we have the Saturn in Pisces here, which tells me that it really guided you to your current activities or preoccupation that you had at that point to an end with the Saturn here. And you chose a path to follow, and you abandoned another path that you were walking on. I can sense here a project or a relationship or situation. But you made an intuitive leap, which is represented by the moon here. And the cup represents the conscious plan or strategy that you followed, and you abandon it at one point. Very strategic here. And the man is nude in this picture, which indicates that you left behind the trappings of rational justifications, and you return to a primal connection with your intuition. And we have also here the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups tells me that you are very sensitive and emotional, very intuitive as well. Maybe the Page of Cups carries this energy of inexperience to grasp the full meaning of all of those emotions. It means also emotional immaturity, but you were trying to learn how to put them in practical use. And you were just perceiving some sort of emotions, but you didn't know how to deal with them. And it's the beginning of an emotional matter Maybe you started in your past a new relationship or a new phase of a relationship. But pages, it's about learning. So you started something to learn in your past. You remained open to the possibility of learning something from an emotional experience, I sense here. And even if in your spiritual journey, this emotional situation that you had to deal with seemed at that time hopeless, you try to approach it with the heart of a child. And you behaved like that as well. So there was a suggestion to grow spiritually and be flexible and see if you can learn a new way of relating to yourself and to the other people involved. So that was you in your spiritual journey in the past. Let's look at the cards for the present situation. I love this way of presenting the cards because it really makes me so curious about how you, pile number 2, evolve spiritually and learn the lessons and expand your consciousness as well. So let's put the past cards in the past. No more dealing with them. And let's have a look at the oracle cards from the present situation that you are in your spiritual journey. So we do have challenged. Interesting. Water. In the moon, I see here a lot of subconscious things come at surface. We have the anchor. Again, water. We do have faceless ghosts and the haunted girl with the message ghost people. We have inheritance. The hermit energy. Something ends now. Yes, a connection or a project. We have the 5 of coins, which is the 5 of pentacles, the 7 of swords energy. We have the 9 of wands. We also have the emperor energy, the king of wands, and the star energy. All right, so in your spiritual path, I already see it here, it's very clear. In your spiritual path, for pile number 2, you are dealing with a situation now where you are challenged, very challenged. A challenge is good for the soul. And the experiences you have right now in your present moment will help you to overcome this challenge. And this is where your personal growth and spiritual growth occurs. So for most of you, you stand up to the challenge ahead and you stop shying from it because it continues to loom over you and weight you down. And you really become right now brave and question the situation that you are in. You confront the person who is at the center of the issue as they hold all the power at this point. And when you dispute this situation, there will be some pushback on their part, but at the same time you will earn their respect. And even if you don't win this argument, they will reassess you, and in the future they will be less likely to stand over you. So you are going through some sort of challenges where you challenge yourself as well by accepting your own imperfections, and this allows you to be vulnerable. And it is within this vulnerability that grows really you grow spiritually. True growth follows, of course, because we have the light aspect also of acknowledgement, which acknowledgement of self is the only acceptance you need to search for, as we are divinely perfect within our own imperfections. So there is no shame in you are challenged to really not feel any shame in acknowledging and accepting assistance when needed, and the act of giving it as important as the act of receiving. So honor the other person and acknowledge their offer to assist you. Sometimes it is more about the giver and less about you. So welcome the support that it's being offered to you. The other person offer you support is equally as happy that you are accepting of their offer. So the offer does not require anything from you in return. So stop looking for a reason to do this on your own and accept what it's being offered for you. There is also this beautiful oracle card, the Anchor. And in this present situation, in your spiritual journey, you are gaining some stability and security, which brings you peace of mind, and it pushes you to persevere and help you reach your goal. So I see here that this is really very important for you. The anchor has this tradition symbol of hope or faith, and you did not lost those. They are within yourself. You have hope and faith to create stability and security, and be confident that your hard work will pay off in the long term. And we see here these two fish in the picture, which symbolize abundance and wealth. So this is a card of assurance that you are protected in times of need. For pile number 2, that's a beautiful card. So while you go through this acknowledgement and you are challenged to accept the self, you are also protected, and it's offered to you stability and security as well. We do have the faceless ghost and the haunted girl card here with ghost people. And for some of you, it might not really resonate with all of you, but I feel here that some of you had to ghost people now, or had to really block someone or something, because I see here that maybe it was needed at this moment, because you are really focused on an inheritage here. And with the inheritage, I see that you are busy with the project, maybe with documents that you have to deal with. We have the Saturn in Scorpio here, which is the Saturn, it's ambition, and the Scorpio means self-control and regeneration. So I feel that you are dealing in the present moment with a lot of material energy, earth energy, where you really had to deal with finances and shared properties, where you have to be self-disciplined as well and responsible, and very perfectionist at your work. And it matters very much to you, because it's in game also the reputation among workmates and colleagues as well, especially those who work very hard. So the only warning in the present moment that I could see from this card is that while you are dealing with all of this, you might work too hard. I could see you might be dealing with financial or legal problems, and you will gain by dealing with this in the material realm. You will gain from spiritual point of view a very strong inheritage, some gifts that you will be able to really tune into it. And if some of you are managing an inheritage now, or dealing with other people's property, selling on behalf of another person, an executor of a will, this situation in the present moment involves long and patient work, as well, and that will really create a very good karma for you. And it will help you as well spiritually by using your intelligence and your abilities. With the Hermit energy at the present moment, I see like you self-imposed isolation, and maybe you, I see here ghost people and Hermit, like you ended something and you blocked and you isolated yourself. You separated from a situation to gain a deeper perspective and really introspection, self-reflection and self-awakening as well. Maybe meditate and self-examine something. But it could be also, it can be also for some of you a form of escapism as well. And even though you did that, you still feel being left out in the cold with the 5 of coins energy here. Really abandoned. I see this abandonment here with the 5 of Pentacles, where you might feel in the present moment that you are going through a misfortune, or maybe even going to extremes to protect the loved ones here. I can see here. And you maybe feel at this present moment that you are being let down by social institution, like a poor me victimization frame of mind. But nothing is lost yet. It will require some time until you will gain a better perspective while you are in this hermit mode, because you are divinely guided by this light from here, and you will realize that the help will come and it is there, and you are not abandoned by the universe, and that this frame of mind of being divided and being really just me, poor me, it's not really, it's just an illusion, a state of mind from which you will probably get out in the future. I'm curious what will happen to pile number 2 in the future from a spiritual perspective. And I see here also here with the 5 of swords, with the 7 of swords, sorry, that you are very clever. It's a sneaky energy where some of you might be dealing with people who really are dishonest at this moment and put you in a very low position. But it could be also that you might have to be dishonest as well, dishonest towards you and others. But it also symbolizes strategies of using the mind here with the swords. Where I see here the moon in Aquarius, and it's with the moon has it's a tendency to rebel with the Aquarius energy against ethical laws by simply appropriating what we want, despite the fact that deep down we know better. And that is the attitude that you are dealing with in the present moment. And you are going definitely through a great struggle now, where you have to draw a conclusion. And you stay alert, especially for unforeseen weaknesses. And you are in a defensive mode right now, where we have the moon in Sagittarius, I see here. You have invested so much time and energy into cultivating your dreams with the moon energy here, that you now go to extraordinary lengths to guard and protect your cherished goals with the Sagittarius energy here. And it might be with some people that are close to you and dear ones, or the things that you have. But with the Emperor energy, some of you might get the help of a father figure, or you connect with a father figure. Might be dealing with you might be carrying this energy within yourself as well. It represents the fathering principle, the authority, the laws and regulations, the social and government institution, the social responsibilities. But to me, it tells me also that at the present moment, you might be carrying this energy of really being reserved and private when it comes about expressing your feelings with the others. Even though you have with the King of Wands energy here, you do have this fire inside of you. And in your spiritual journey, on a deep level, you acknowledge that power is neither all good nor all evil, but it's always a mixture of the two. So you might be in the present moment in a very strong position where you have to protect something, and maybe going into this leadership energy. And I see here with the Aries that maybe you venture yourself in the present in untamed territory in order to impose civilization and structure. I see here. And you are lucky with the star energy as well. If I look at the King of Wands and the star energy in the present moment, you make a difference in the world. You do whatever is necessary to change your environment into what you think it should be. And this includes winning others over to your vision so they can help bring your ideals into reality. But a leader, a ruler, or a politician will fall into this category with the Emperor energy and the King of Wands. And very determined. If we look at the face of this leader, his face is set in lines, and that had been etched by long experience. And I see here that kings are controlling. The King of Wands seeks to control his environment and others in his life to realize the ideals. And we have 2/3 Sagittarius and 1/3 Scorpio. So I see here that you use your powerful and intense charisma with the Scorpio energy to accomplish your expensive and idealistic goals with the Sagittarius. So you are in this vibe right now where you use your gifts to really stand in your power, stand in your position and protect what you need to protect as well. I can see with the past reading that it's a vibe that you bring it with you, of course, because it was the other card was like holding way too tight. Now you don't hold too tight anymore, but you protect what it's needed. So you changed that vibe and you grow it spiritually from it. And with the star, I see that changing that in your spiritual growth, it brings you calmness. It brings you in a meditative state, meditation, I could say, where you really quiet your mind to gain more clarity with the Herman energy here. And you have hope because you see the next appropriate step this time with the star energy. So I feel here, because we have the Aquarius, that you step it into unconventional thinking, which enables you to perceive options and opportunities that maybe was not really usually very easy to discern. But you keep this quiet demeanor to not scare the others, I can see. So you use very good strategies here and it's under the 7 of Swords, which tells me that this is the strategy that you are using at the present moment, walking without disturbing the waters, with hope and faith. So that was the present situation in your spiritual journey, and I am curious where this will lead in your future spiritual growth. So let's look at the cards. This makes me very curious. Let's put them here. And let's look at the future, your spiritual journey for the future. Let's start with the oracle cards. We have renewed. We also have the Tower. We do have Lady with the Boschek. We have Affair. We have the Full energy. We have the Strength. The King of Cups energy. We have the Four of Swords. The Two of Coins, which is the Two of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. And the Six of Coins, like the Six of Pentacles. So let's see here, for your future in your spiritual journey. We have the light aspect, renewed, and the shadow aspect, wary. And I see that in your future, maybe it will be told to you to start over and renew everything. And you will wonder as well if other people will understand that you have already left a piece of yourself behind. Because renewal does not mean forgetting, it just means a new way in which you move forward. And restarting doesn't mean that what happened in the past was wrong or should be forgotten, but means that we use this knowledge to plan our forward journey. And you won't just restart, you will just relook at how you proceed. So some of what happened in the past has a place in the new plans, but needs in the future some rejigging. And you will reconsider your expectations rather than believing this was a fault in yourself. And you will gather the good stuffs and some new stuffs, and you use this to plan to move forward. So you will gain this spiritual insight where you do know, it's a wisey thing where you will know that you cannot move forward unless you stop, and the rest is essential to ensure you are able to continue your journey. And renewing your passion for the future, it's quite very important for you. And I kind of connect the dots now, because we have here the Lady with the Boschek with the ancient wisdom, and this might be your wisdom. We have the Tower card here, which it tells me about corporation and organization, institutions or governments, but it tells me also that in the future you might have to put boundaries and restrictions, or being in an isolation state, but it tells me also that you will have high ambitions and expectation and higher education as well. Because here the Tower in the tarot of the Lenormand, it's a symbol of structure that offers protection and security. And it might relate to border control or control of passage to a city. It has multiple meanings, this Tower here, in a general reading. But it's a seat of power, even bureaucracy. So I see for pile number 2 a very strong position, a leadership and power, very much here. And it has to do in the future that it might be a decision that needs to be taken in creating a passage for other people or for yourself, or even isolation, such as hermitage. And we had in the present reading the Hermit energy as well. but it has many connotations in occult meanings. It is sometimes within oneself that the watch needs turning here, and you use your ancient wisdom with this card here. You will use your ancient wisdom, where you will receive that from ancient sources, that some of its energy may feel unfamiliar to you, even quite dark maybe, but it is likely that you will receive messages from times when people like you, misfits and mystics, were oppressed and punished for their natural gifts, and you will explore at that time something to do. I see here a connection in past lives with Renaissance period or medieval times, and you will understand in the future, in your spiritual growth, that the knowledge was brought through to you, and you are a very fortunate being living in a very fortunate time. So you will keep safe this wisdom and learn all that you can about it. And you might be in the future explore esoteric symbology, the history of magic for some of you, and spirituality even. And you will know that while you are safe, you may wish to keep silent about certain practices. So that it's quite interesting for pile number 2, that you will travel on that path in spirituality, learning more and gaining knowledge. And we do have here the affair card. We have the Venus in Leo. Venus, it's love, and Leo, it's creative, self-expression. And in the future, you will be very connected with your heart, very generous with the other people, very positive, romantic. It might put you also in situations where you really might deal with some sort of drama and excitement in the same time because of the Leo energy, but maybe flirting or a full-blown love affair. But from spiritual point of view, I feel like you will really go in this path where you expand your heart chakra, and you will experience more wisdom, more connections with other people, where you will feel a lot of pleasure, where you will gain even admiration from other people. It doesn't have to be a love situation, but really where you open your heart and you gain from a public or from some people some sort of admiration and adoration. And I see also here that even if it will look at the beginning a little bit of dramatic, or a showy lifestyle, or excessive luxury and extravagancy, maybe a business, it is for you to keep your heart open, this situation in your future. And I see here this star, this wand, and we had in the present situation the King of Wands energy and with the star energy. So I feel like you will draw this openness of your heart in your spiritual journey in the future. Let's look at the tarot cards, because we have here the Fool, the Strength, the King of Cups. And I see here with the Fool that you will maintain and keep that innocence that you have within yourself, and you will start something new. You will be a free spirit. And with the Strength, that tells me that you really are very powerful. And the strength doesn't necessarily has to do with being strong all the time, but you gain that wisdom of feeling strong even in your own vulnerability, even in your own naivety, even in your own state of not knowing what the future holds, because that's what is with the full energy here. And with the King of Cups energy, I do see that you maintain your heart open. You really approach many emotional matters here. You will take charge of your emotional life, and you won't be afraid to communicate your feelings. As I see here, because I combine all three cards, you gain strength in your own vulnerabilities by keeping your heart open and admit in your future, okay, this is what you know so much under with the ancient wisdom. But when you start on a new path, a new beginning, and you feel free, you will you will take risks without knowing really what is the outcome of it. But you have this hope and faith within yourself, and that will put you maybe in a very vulnerable position where you had to put on the table, how do you feel about that? And even though you will do that in your future endeavors, because we have here the Pisces and the Aquarius, you will gain a very strong spiritual insight of understanding that being non-rational and non-linear patterns of emotional life with the Pisces energy here, you still desire to use this understanding to help society in general with the Aquarius energy and to help yourself. You will understand that even if you are not rational and non-linear when it comes about everything that you feel, you can use this to gain more help from the others and to help the others as well. Of course, this beautiful journey of your soul, of your spirit, it will push you somehow in moments where you will have to retreat with the Four of Swords here, where you will have to rest mentally, and maybe you will do more meditation, that's for sure. You will try to turn the mind elsewhere, and you will allow your intuitive processes to take over here. And I see here that with the Two of Pentacles, that you will gain, you will stretch your resources and try to really choose between two options here. But really juggling many things at once, many responsibilities, very aware of the cycle patterns of life, and you will use those patterns to your own advantage. And with the Ace of Swords energy, I feel like you will be in your future, you will have many new ideas and you will feel very inspired. Those aha moments, which will bring you tremendous opportunities to you. And that will put you in a position where you will really go into this environment where you will use your qualities to work in charity, maybe, or to be very good with the other people, a giver, sharing, and really establish balance between the people. And you do know that an unequal relationship in which one person gives and the other takes, it's really not the right thing for you spiritually. So I see here with the Moon in Taurus that you will be able in your future to express your maternal or compassionate and protective instincts in a very patient and tireless way with the Taurus energy. And that will connect you more with your divine feminine, even if you are a man or a woman. And it will really, that's so interesting for pile number 2. Look where you will arrive, because in the past it was this ruling everything from the power position and achieving everything that you desire in the detriment of the others, and then slowly like waves moving through this acknowledgement of not holding way too tight of what you had, but really protecting what you have, showing the path to the other people and help, and then arriving at this stage where you are able to use your position to create charity and sharing equally between two people. So I don't know, pile number 2, who you are, but that it's such a beautiful journey that you are on it. And I am so proud that I am doing this reading. I am very happy that I am doing this reading. This is one of the things that I love the most, to really gain this information and share it with you, and being aware by myself as well of what souls I am surrounded with. Very beautiful journey. So that was the reading for pile number 2. See you at the next reading. Hi, pile number 3. So for pile 3, we're gonna find out your spiritual journey with the past, present, and the future. And we're gonna start with the oracle cards. And choose one card for the past, one card for the future, for the present, and one for the future. Okay. We have the past, the present, and the future. Okay. So what is the spiritual journey for pile number 3? For the past, the present, and the future. And now we're going to choose the tarot cards. We have this beautiful heart. And the tarot deck that we use for pile number 3 is the Mystical Cats Tarot. And we're going to use 7 cards for each time. So let's see, for the past. Oh, there you are. The present, and I feel this one in the future. So we have 1, thank you. We have past, present, and future. We have 2. Let's pick up the 3rd. And I feel this one. And this one. So we have 4 already. The past, the 5th card. All right. Thank you. The present and the future. This is the 5th. Let's choose the 6th. The past, the present, and the future. And the last one, past, the present, and the future. Great. So now that we have the cards, we will just go directly to the reading. So we do have the past, the present, and the future. Hey, pile number 3. So for those who choose this beautiful heart with green, and we have also everyday witch tarot cards. We have here the past, the present, and the future in your spiritual journey. So let's see the cards for pile 3. For the past, we have unwisey, we have the mountain, poe, let's put it like this. We do have enterprise, we have the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Wands, a lot of fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, we also have the Ace of Cups, and the King of Wands energy. Let's just move this a little bit more up. All right. So I already see here in your past, in your spiritual journey, you were dealing with this negative aspect of being unwisey. And I'm curious what happens later. But you had, with the unwisey, you had to define really what it's unwisey for you, because you had to deal with questions like at what point do your actions melt from responsible for reckless to reckless situation, and if you know where that point was, what of the people you affected in your past, or maybe some foolish actions that affected more than just you, and maybe you didn't, in your past, you didn't appreciate the gravity of the situation and the effect you had on others. But you took account sometimes of the people who loved you around you, and you had to take stocks of the consequences of your actions, and you had to make time before you put your plan in motions to think of what may go wrong. And of course later, if you arrive in calmer moments, your moments of reflection, then your right path appeared. But first, in our spiritual journey, first we are unwisey. Then through time and experiences we gain wisdom. And maybe you still questioned yourself in the past, when are we truly wisey? When I have been truly wisey in my past? Or in fact that was the journey itself was actual wisdom. So that's a question that you later will answer to yourself, or maybe you already did, pile number 3. So we're gonna see. But what I do see here in your past is that you had to go through some sort of challenges and obstacles with blockages and resistance, and you had probably had to pay attention and be aware of the enemies around you. The mountain, it's a symbol of obstacles in your way. You had many obstacles in your way in your spiritual journey, and maybe you had this mountain in front of you where you had to conquer it, and really to you it might have been like an impossible obstacle, and maybe it slowed you down in your journey. Maybe you had to abandon what you planned in the past, especially the path that you were in, and you had to take another path. And I see also here with the Poe energy that the message of this oracle card, it's that you had to go through a time for change, and you had in your past to learn something new. Maybe you had to use the technology different and gadget with much more wisdom, and that might have affected you in your past, because this oracle card carries this message where you have to gain wisdom of how to use all this technology and gadgets for yourself. And I see here with the Enterprise card, where we have Jupiter in Aries, that the Jupiter, it's about gaining. So you gained something, and you had a self-will as well. So you had an expansive drive to develop and improve life by taking on positions of leadership, maybe even rush into the things, and didn't have patience as well. You've been very extremely impulsive, but of course with the beneficial of the planet Jupiter involved, it was a fair share or lucky breaks, optimistic as well, and self-assured socially. And you were very fortunate as well, because you added quality of giving confidence to other people as well around you, very optimistic, and you supported the others with enthusiasm as well. I see here having jobs in acting or politician or religious or philosophical leaders, but a very strong influence over the others with an optimistic belief that you will have a successful outcome. And I see here that it could be also like maybe in your spiritual journey you had to set up a business, or working for a foreign organization, or using your personality to improve one's status. But anyway, enacting ideas for long-term success here in your past. And with the Ace of Wands, you started something new here on your path. You took the energy and ran with it, with this Ace of Wands. We see here it's a very powerful card. It has a lot of potential. The universe offered you a gift in the past, a lot of creativity, a lot of success and spirituality. And with all such gifts, you know that this energy doesn't last forever. When it appears, probably you took the most of this energy and possibilities that it held, because you knew that this moment won't come around again. So you really embraced your own inner fire, and whatever fabulous things happened to you in your past. And something wonderful and powerful that changed your life happened in your spiritual journey. And you really know that sometimes the universe gives you a boost. So you didn't miss that opportunity when it came along, and that it was so filled with so much potential for you in the past. And I see here with the Two of Wands also that you took this energy and you spent time contemplating your options as well. But sooner or later you had to make a choice here, which she's asking herself which direction pulls more strongly. And I see here that for you the future was like an open book, and you wanted to be sure in your past that you choose the right one, but you were wondering very much how to make this decision, and if actually you will pick one and you will get along with the decision that you had to do it in your past. You had a lot of choices, very good options, and you pondered all the options and plans for the future. And that it's a sign of wisdom, actually, because it has the light aspect of unwise wisdom. That it's a sign of wisdom which could really give you the assurance, or really prove you that it was wise to do that way. There is also, you knew that you had to pick something and you had to do that choice, that option from among the possibilities and the options that the life offered you with the Ace of Wands energy. And maybe you spent time to really think about the future, and maybe you weren't ready at that moment to make a move, but you decided that that is the time, the right time, and you didn't wait forever, so you did the choice here. And I see also here with the Eight of Wands energy that there were moments when things came together and take on a life of their own. And here there was a momentum created by the universe that it was very hard to stop. And that may have been one of those moments, because here there is a lot of movement. You had been through a lot of movement where some were more productive than others, and there were a lot of events that happened into your life in the past, in the spiritual path. A lot of events the universe gave you, and it seemed that the things happened out of control. But the trick was that you really ride the wind and turn that forward motion into something that really worked for your benefit. And it moved so swiftly. And I see here that it was a good sign, actually, because even if you felt like you were being swept up by the events, and maybe someone else set in motion, that wasn't necessarily a bad thing that happened, because you, at one point, you had to ask yourself in your spiritual journey, how do I make best of whatever has happened? Because the new beginnings can be exciting also, and anything could have happened at that time. So you figure out what you wanted, and you use that energy to move in that direction. And I see here with the Ten of Pentacles that your happiness was around this. You expressed a lot of emotions here, and you learned in your past on your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey that happiness, it's more than money, and success, it's more than wealth. And the abundance comes in many forms. So you were sure in the past that you lived each moment to the fullest, especially those shared with the others, because money didn't maybe guarantee you happiness, but maybe a certain level of financial security that made you really easy to relax and enjoy what you had and attain what you desire. So it looks like everything come up very easy to you from the universe. And of course you remember that the life has really can go in circles, in cycles as well, and nothing living stays as its peak forever. So you just enjoyed the good days while you were living them, and you let the strengths you derive from home and success help you. It helped you to prepare you to be even better for whatever life will throw you at you next. And you kind of got what you wanted, and reveling in it. You also made sure that you are taking the time and energy to appreciate the things that you received. Especially I see here gathering with friends and family and exchanging a lot of joy together. You also enjoyed the work that you had, but a lot of encouragements you received in the past from the universe and from the people around you, and success as well. But I see here that you are on the right track somehow, and with the Ace of Swords, you started something here, a new beginning in your past where you had a lot of ideas and a lot of clarity and everything seems to be good. Maybe you had to deal with an unusual opportunity that the universe threw it at you. It's one of those moments that enter our lives as a gift, often unexpected and always fleeting. And the Ace of Swords in particular suggests that it was time for you at one point in your past to look at life in a new way or act on a new idea that changed things, that will change things dramatically. And maybe you let that moment pass you by without taking advantage of whatever it was that the universe offered you, and you had to open your mind and let the light shine in. And maybe it was an idea or a flash, a new plan of action when you thought you were stuck, or maybe a new way of looking on a situation. I see here from mental point of view. Someone suggested you in the past something to you that you originally dismissed, and you had to try again to rethink that situation, and you suddenly felt a shift in your energy, in your attitude, and that flash may be the light, really the light that comes from this sword as well here. And this is so beautiful, this journey that you've been on through, from the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Like all the time, the universe throw it on your table, a lot of opportunities and a lot of new beginnings, where you had a lot to choose, and you were clearly very blessed with a lot of joy and fulfillment that you could take on. And you knew also that this comes so fast and you don't have to wait too long for such moment. Like really very short flashes of opportunities as they come and they go. And this is a fabulous card because it represents a gift from the universe as well. The Cup card, it involves emotions and the spirit. So it was challenging you spiritually to open your heart and keep yourself open to grace and possibility when this appears, and don't let it slip through your fingers. And you are very blessed here. With the King of Wands energy, I see that you forged ahead with determination in the pursuit of your goals, and you took charge of your own destiny. We see here this king has this map here on the table, and he knows exactly where he is going and what he is going to do when he gets there. And the cat here is going to fall in line. So we all wanted to rule our own lives, but the real world required plenty of compromise. So probably you had to do a lot of compromise. You knew what you want and you did what it took to get it. You were very active, very passionate and driven. And this represents also a male figure who influenced your life in your past, maybe for the better, maybe not. But he is a reminder that in your past, it was important to take control of your own destiny. And maybe you had to question yourself things like, who is controlling your life and dictating the way your future will unfold? It was you or someone else perhaps, and it was helping you or hurting you, but you had to take care to not really hand over your own power without a good reason. it was good to get help from someone who is in a position to give you a push on the right direction. But maybe there were some areas in your life where you needed to step up and take charge of your own power. And in your past, you had to deal with a situation where you really had to step into this power of yourself and take the wand in your hands and really point it to the direction where you are leading to, especially based on your desires and wants. So practical, that was like the past spiritual journey that you've been through as an individual for pile number 3. And let's look at the present. What type of journey your spirit is right now. And I'm curious, especially with the wisdom and mountain challenge that you had here. So let's put the past here in the past, and let's take the present cards. And we do have insight. That's very beautiful. So from unwisey, you went to insight in your present situation, on your spiritual journey. You have the house here, the fairy of the divine hand. You have the fortune. Quite interesting. The Two of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun energy, the Nine of Wands, the Fool energy, and the Four of Cups. So I see in your present, on your spiritual journey right now, that you have a lot of insights here and you are dealing with this light aspect. And maybe underneath it was this negative, the shadow aspect of being unaware of the situation that you are in. And probably then in your past journey you question yourself if it's wisey to do something. So you are kind of unaware of that, and now you are gaining a lot of insights. You gained insights into what lays at the heart of the problem, and it required true self-reflection and the courage to make a commitment to changing the situation that you are dealing with here. And being insightful, it's not always celebrated by others who are less perceptive and aware of what is happening around them. But you're used to people looking at you with confusion because you're already 2 steps ahead of them. You have this ability to instinctively know what is happening in a situation without yourself, because without really knowing the details of the circumstances. And you don't have to doubt of this because others perceive the same situation differently. So you use in your present spiritual journey, you use your intuition right now to determine what is really happening. And your truth is the only thing that is important, and it will always lead you to the conclusion that it's right for you. And I see here with the house, which the house represents the family and the base, your ground and your home, where you feel stable and comfortable. And it represents also your living arrangement and environment. But it is what surrounds you right now in your estate. And I see that in your house you found this sanctuary where you are maybe, it shows about the family and the home, and it offers you some sort of shelter from the world. And the home represents also, especially in the Gilded, Reverie, Lenormand cards, it represents also a nostalgic place of childhood fairy tales, where you are returning to the fairy tales of the childhood. And it's a place of security. We see here the open gate, which speaks of an opening being made available to you right now in this present moment. I see also that it's really, it represents the things that has to do with your home and with your security. What makes you feel at home and what makes you feel secure. And those are your questions at this present moment in your spiritual journey. And we have here also the fairy of the divine hand, which tells me the message of this card. It's intoxication, distorted view, and overindulgence, which tells me that you are dealing with a situation where you might see something in a very distorted view, and it could be also intoxication. It could be that in your present spiritual journey you are dealing also with some sort of addictions, and addictions, it could be toxicity and poison, and those things can be anything that we use too much. So it could be a good thing, but the amount of it could be intoxicating. And I see here also with the fortune card that we have the sun in Leo, and we have again the sun energy. And I think, if I remember well, we had this at pile number 1 as well, many cards of sun. And the sun energy tells me that you feel very fortunate and you are going through a creative, the universe offers you a creative stage where you can express yourself very warmly. Those great rays give you a glow of creative life. And I see here that it rules the 5th house, the sun in Leo, especially in August. And it has to do with prestige and pride and children and love affairs as well. But right now you are dealing in your spiritual journey with a lot of things that has to do with dignity and generosity. You gain a lot of visions as well, and visions and insights. It's like a lot of universe sends you a lot of messages that you can channel, and downloads, as I call them as well. And I see here also that you are going through unexpected good luck. But you will gain in the present moment the recognition and the results that you've been aiming for in your past. It represents good fortune for you. And there is also like playing, an element of playing as well, using strategies. And I see here that you are going spiritually through a period where you everything that was negative to you, it's lessened now, and it doesn't have so much power on you anymore. So whatever plans you are having right now, they will be successful, and you will achieve what you desire, and you will receive recognition with the fortune card here, where you can really exhibit your talents, and you will have a creative success as well, and even love can come into your life. And I see also here that you are with the 2 of Pentacles. I see here that you have to really stretch your resources here, and probably you will have to take you will have to make a choice in your present moment, but it has to do with work and play, maybe even you are in this vibe of all things have their time and place, and you are trying to balance your life here very much, especially because you are going through probably a disappointment, because we have the 3 of Swords energy here, where something broke your heart and it was unavoidable, and the least that you can do right in this present moment is to learn from it. The 3 of Swords is one of those cards which can possibly mean anything other than bad news. So probably you received in the present moment some bad news. It could be a breakup for some of you, but it's you lost someone, or you really lost something, and it could be a project, but something that really occupy your mind, and it really hurted your feelings very much. Some of you could go through some sort of depression or anxiety, but it's something that really hurted you in this present moment. And either way, all that can be done in the present right now is to pick up the pieces and try to learn something from the situation, so you never end up back here again. And I see here that whatever happens right now in your present moment on a spiritual level, it really make you question how you view the world here. And you really have to question yourself if it's really worth to hold yourself back from trusting the others and getting hurt again, or because that could happen, that it's happening now in the present. And I know that you are feeling very sorry about it, but maybe the situation can be repaired with better communication. And if it cannot be repaired, you have to question yourself what you can learn out of it. And this will help you very much in your future, in your spiritual growth, of how to prevent a crisis. So you will know to really read the red flags and really choose the right thing for you. And I see as well here with the Knight of Pentacles that probably you went for something right now. You made an offer and you went for something with the Knight of Pentacles energy. Maybe you are having right now in the present a tendency to get carried away, because this energy of the Knight, it's very strong, it's sure, and I think you did some plans ahead and you do not keep account anymore of what are the obstacles. You just went up on this broom and started on your journey as well. And your journey, you are leading towards a positive outcome with the Sun energy here, where you are going through happiness as well, because I see you here choosing actions and events where you feel positive and you feel a little bit better than this Three of Swords energy with the heartbreaking. And probably here, because we have a beautiful representation of the Sun here, we see three women dancing together, and one is pregnant, and cats and sunflowers around. And I feel here that you are looking forward and you are acting already, ready to take actions and to take care better of your, with the Pentacles energy, better of your health, to take care of the connection that you have with the nature. So you might be going out or meet your friends and enjoy the Sun together. Anything that really can change the way how you view the world and not remain in this energy that really makes you feel very isolated, very depressed, very anxious and sad and heartbroken. And that it's a good thing that in the present moment you have this power and strength to really move forward towards this energy, that it benefits you way much better. And I see here with the Nine of Wands that maybe you have been battered and bruised from this experience that you are going through right now, and but you survived the fight as well, and maybe you realized the wisdom and you had the insight here that maybe the view was intoxicated, and it matters very much how you look at the things and your actions, and you stretched your resources with the Two of Pentacles, and you realize that maybe you don't even have to fight at all. That might make for a nice change of pace here. And the trick for you was to choose which one you are going to fight, to be a very good strateg right now in the present moment. And if you seem that you are going into this cycle of having the same battle over and over again, there is no dishonoring in walking away from a fight if it isn't worth the effort. But if you are if you are fighting in the present moment for something that it's important, don't give up. You are thougher than you think, and even if you are going through a thought time right now, you are always prepared here. I see her all the time prepared in this picture, even if you are wounded. And you take on this journey with your energy, with the full energy here, because the full energy, it's about embracing the unknown. It's the full has this naivety and creativity to go on a journey without knowing what the future holds, and really take a leap of faith here. I see you really going, and you are really looking towards this movement as well, because I'm looking at the cards also towards what direction you are looking at the present moment and you are going to. And it seems with the full energy that you are flying somewhere, but you don't know where. And maybe sometimes you just have to close your eyes and just go. And I see you on both cards here. That's quite interesting, that I see you on both cards here just going and moving with a very creative energy. And the full energy doesn't mean that you are a fool, far from it. It means that you have been hesitating to take a decision in the past, and you were afraid to make that kind of choice that could change your whole life forever. And now you took the decision and you just went on. And the Fool reminds you in the present moment that it's so important to gather this wisdom and the insight, where the universe offers you this opportunity, this fortune, to really not really think of all the possible options, but really listen to your gut and just do it. If you don't have faith in the universe, have faith in you. Because even if the adventure that you are going on right now doesn't work out the way that you want it to, you will almost certainly learn something and grow from the experience. And even thought, with the Four of Cups energy, you stay in this energy where you are still thinking about the things that you lost in the past. The divinity here offers you this cup. We see here we have an interesting representation of the Four of Cups, with this man standing here thinking about what they had, the emotions and the relationship that they involved within, and all the feelings that they had. And he seems a little bit disconnected from the child, and a little bit apathic, and doesn't seem to see exactly what the universe brings to them. But this is a confirmation that the universe really shines upon your path with new emotions, new feelings, new opportunities to engage into this spiritual journey that you are into. So that is what is happening in the present moment for pile number 3 on the spiritual journey. And I will take the cards away because I am curious to see what the future holds in your spiritual journey. Let's just put them right here. So that was the present. And now let's look at the cards for the future spiritual journey. And let's see the oracle cards now. We have joyful. Okay. Interesting. With the shadow aspect, sad. So you managed to go from, with that sun energy that you went into it and you received from the universe, you will manage to arrive here in your future. And we have also the birds. We have Nautilus Princess, powerful personal growth, very beautiful. We also have manipulation. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups energy, the Wheel of Fortune, the Page of Swords energy, the Chariot energy. We have the Five of Pentacles, quite interesting, and the Five of Cups. Wow, so many challenges, and you will be able to overcome them in your future endeavors. So I see here that you will gain so much spiritual insight and step into this joyful energy. I see a lot of yellow hair. And that's quite interesting with the shadow aspect of the sadness, because you have in the present moment the Three of Swords energy with the heartbreaking, and then the sun energy that comes along with moves you into a more joyful and creative state in your spiritual journey, and you somehow transcend this sadness that you are dealing with in the present. You will be able to transcend it and be in a joyful energy as well. There is also joyfulness is contagious, and it has the ability to infect people and help them feel good about themselves and others. And you have every reason to be happy, but maybe you refused in your past to do so, and maybe you distanced yourself from friends and family, but in the future you will be able to pick yourself up and shake off the old drums and change your attitude as well. And before you know it, things will suddenly get better, and you will feel like you're part of the group again, and you will gain this insight that you are going through in your spiritual journey right now, where you will know that in sadness there can still be moments of joy, and the goal is to allow the joy to become more dominant as the sadness slowly passes with time. And I see also here with the birds card that you might in future you might be surrounded by many texts, many dates, many phone calls, a lot of communication here with the birds, many meetings or interviews where you will have to negotiate, and it could be meetings with your siblings or a future lover or mate. But it indicates also couples, so it's a symbol of gossip as well, a lot of information that of positive kind, of course, that will pass through your ears, and many voices together are louder than one. So I see like here the energy of the birds chatting, but it can be as simple as an announcement that travels quickly. You will travel very fast, probably. And it has to do also with the very growing world of social media as well, communication on social media. Because this card seems also tweeting, the birds, it's like the tweeting icon. But I see here also that you will have the ability to understand the language of the birds. And it could be that the card signifies the fact that you will be able to understand better this world. That's quite a very powerful gift here, to communicate, to be able to communicate, and to really make part from a group where you will feel united with the others and let the information really pass through you. And I see here a lot of Nautilus princesses. That's interesting because this has this Fibonacci spiral here and symbol. And Nautilus princess, it's about powerful personal growth. And I feel here that you will have to face a challenge, and you will be asked by the universe to step up into a more stronger role, and you will be concerned whatever can be powerful, and you still can be a good person. But the pearls here that we see in the picture signify that you must act from a pure place and from a natural place, and treat this quest that will come into your future as a sacred task. Because the Nautilus says that you will grow in ways that are perfect and perfectly proportionate, just as the Nautilus is. And this is a natural result for you. Expect to grow more spiritually and more over time. That you will have a time of spiritual and emotional transformation as well, which could come to you via a friend who is older or more experienced, and she or he will share the skills and some of the secrets with you, and you could be about to experience a deeper friendship, maybe meet a teacher who really opens your mind to a new realm of discovery, or maybe you will find a trainer who can coach you in such a way that your potential blooms strong and fast. But you may be about to get an after-school job that pays good money, or you'll be asked to step up and deal with the new abundance in a healthy ways. So you will have to deal with a lot more responsibilities and rapid growth, where your best guides will be the truth, the wisdom, and your dignity. And you will have to deal with a time where you had to take care of yourself, to take care of yourself, and to see this potential very seriously. And with the Six of Pentacles energy here, I see that it has to do probably something where you have to give and share. We have here the manipulation card with Jupiter in Scorpio. And I see here that it has to do with the Scorpio. It's the energy of self-control and regeneration, and Jupiter, it's gain. So I see here that you will expand spiritually. You will develop your life through deep and passionate interest, probably in psychology and mysticism, but you will explore all those hidden secrets of life. Because the Jupiter in Scorpio passion, it's for life's deeper subjects that will develop into a strong interest for you. Things like life after death, reincarnation, or spiritualities. But there is also legal work or business that it may attract you, but you will have this ability to really see and help develop other people's talents. And maybe you will counsel some people with management work, and you will have the ability to discover other people's secrets as well. And there is also, you will find yourself in a place where you will have to use responsible the role of helping others with their deepest problems even. And you will combine those energies, and you will encourage and support the others. There is also, it tells me also that on your spiritual journey, you have a lot of charisma, and you are leading other people towards whatever they desire. So it might be here that maybe you will be surrounded by some people who will follow a false or maybe a manipulative person, but it could be a difficult legal problem that you have to deal with in your spiritual journey, and a person or a project, but it's really very important to do a detective work here, to really rise out someone's secret, that it could be manipulative. And I see with the Six of Pentacles that you gain this wisdom. You will feel very joyful in giving and receiving help, and you will learn that it is better to give than to receive, but receiving it's okay too, and that will be a very good karma for you. If you have enough to spare, be generous. It's not a sign of weakness to accept help if you really need it, because anytime you can be at the receiving hand, the one who receives or the one who gives. And you know that this life, it's like a well that turns with the Wheel of Fortune energy here, and you know that it's very important to create this good karma for you. So you gain this wisdom and you have this insight, and it makes you also very happy with the joyful energy here. And I see here with the Wheel of Fortune that you will gain many events will occur into your life that will bring a lot of fortune here with the well. With chance comes opportunities, so it's up to you what you will choose. But you will have to pay attention to that opportunity that will enter into your life, because the possibilities are limited, and you will have to really strike to that opportunity and take it. You will have to choose, because otherwise the fate will choose for us. But that tells me that the universe will really bring you this good opportunity, and the well will turn into your favor, where you will reap the benefits of all your past good karma that you have, and maybe even the things that you went through. So the Wheel of Fortune will turn positively for you. And I see here with the Page of Swords energy that you don't need to know where you're going to get there. You carry this energy with you where you move. And we have also the Chariot here, which is like really moving very directly in communication, because we have the birds communication here and the swords also here. But it might seem an area where you are a beginner as well. You don't know where it leads. It represents a young person, a child, or someone for whom you feel responsible as well, someone who is young at heart. And no matter what age it is, I feel here that it is the beginning of a new idea or a new path or a new goal. So there is this mix of enthusiasm and uncertainty combined with determination to pursue this journey. And you really, even if it appeals on you intellectually rather than emotional level, I see here that you really have to be smart, and you will have to make a choice with the Chariot here, where you move forward. To you, it doesn't really matter in which direction you are moving. You know that the energy flows, and it's quite very important to really move into a direction. I see you with the Eight of Cups here, leaving everything that you felt in the past, leaving behind. So you are taking a new path guided by the moon. The universe will offer you this opportunity where you will grow by choosing a new path here, and you will just go. I see that you will bring into your future, in your spiritual growth, the same vibe from the present, where you just go up on this path. It doesn't really matter where it goes, and you will just move forward. And you know that it doesn't matter the path, because you will gain experience and wisdom from it, as long as you keep this joyful energy within yourself. So that's very wisey, and you were questioning yourself in the past if it's unwisey. I see you carrying this energy of all the time moving and doing something and acting and thinking and taking a new path. And even if it will be difficult to take this, I see forward movement all the time. And I see that you might be dealing with leaving a situation that it's not really very it doesn't interest you anymore, no matter what the possibilities and options are there. And maybe you will go on this path where you will feel abandoned by the others. With the Five of Pentacles here, we see this woman here with a child. They feel left out in the cold and abandoned, but the woman is guiding with the light, and they are still guided by these pentacles from here, by this light. So there is nothing lost yet. We just have to move through the dark night of the soul, through that those feelings that we might be dealing with, probably through these negative aspects of sadness, and just move along, guided by the light. And I see here as well that you will probably have to question yourself in the future of what you actually truly desire, and how hard you are willing to work to get it with this energy here. And whatever will happen, you won't allow anyone to make the choice for you. So it will be a time where you will have to be in charge and make the decision that will shape your future. So you will choose wisely with combining these aspects of learning to be joyful even in the sadness, and guiding with the inner light inside with your insights, guiding the others and guiding yourself, and move forward with confidence and knowing that you are capable of making the journey, no matter how is the journey. So you are a very courageous person, pile number 3, very courageous. That's what I feel. And I see here with those times that you might be going through, that times can be thought, but you are hanging on there, and you know that things will get better, and you are not as alone as you will feel. So just move and go on your way. You are doing your best, and this is your spiritual journey that you are going to, and you will have to be careful on this spiritual journey in your future. If you are focused on the negative, if you focus too much on the negative, because I saw this in the present situation also with the Four of Cups as well. Pay attention if you focus on the negative, that you're missing the good stuff. And let's face it, in life bad things can happen. You make plans, you work hard, everything it's all set, and one disaster suddenly. The car breaks down, or your perfect vacation doesn't work as you wanted to. Things like this, and you had the feeling that, oh my God, everything is ruined. But is it? Everything really? Or it's just a focus on the bad stuff that you forget about all the good. So I see here that it's so important to bring this insight on your spiritual journey that you are gaining in the present moment, and step into this joyful energy and help the others as well, because it doesn't have to be really necessary your persona. It can be someone that you are taking care of, or someone that you are surrounded by, to really make them see the glass half full and not the glass half empty. Because the Five of Cups reminds everyone in our spiritual journey that no matter how many cups you may spill, you still have plenty filled to the brim. And you need to see if you focus your attention on the negative and crying over the spilled milk, or maybe it's time to look around at the things that are working for you and really count your blessings here. Because if you don't have milk, you just have to drink lemonade. And this makes part from your powerful personal growth, where you know that no matter, we cannot control everything that happens around us, but no matter when you go on this path, you just have to take the things as they are and really make the best out of it. And this is what your wisdom and spiritual journey, you are on it, pile number 3. And I'm so glad that I saw this very positive, very courageous energy, and positive despite the bad things that happened and the challenges and the obstacles that are in your way. So that's, you are quite very brave, I could say, pile number 3, and you will inspire the others as well to do the same way, to see the joyful in no matter what the path the universe shows to them. So that was for the pile number 3, and see you at the next reading. Hey, pile number 4. So for those of you who choose this beautiful heart with the blue stripes, and we have the romantic tarot deck here, we're gonna shuffle the cards, and we're gonna see on your spiritual journey your past, your present, and your future. So let's see. All right, the past, the present, and let's ask the spirit guidely for pile number 4, the future. So let's see your past self revealing in your spiritual journey, your present self, and the future. All right. I will take this one. The present and the future. And let's ask the spirit kindly, where are you on your soul journey, on your spiritual journey? In the past, the present, and the future. And now let's pick up the tarot deck, and we're gonna pick up for the past. We will take 2. I'm gonna take them both, and this we're gonna take them for the present. All right, the future. So we have already 2. I'm gonna pick until 7. The past, the present, in the future. Oh, nice. Thank you. Let's take this one and this one. So we already have here, I think, let me see, we have 5. All right, and here we have 4, the present, future. I feel it. It's this one. And one more. Thank you. Oh, that's great. Take this one, and we're gonna take this one. So I think we already have 7 tarot cards for pile number 4. Let me just check on them. Yes. So this is for the past on your spiritual journey. And this is for the present, your present self on your spiritual journey. And this is for the future self on your spiritual journey. So now that we have the cards, let's just go to the reading. Hey, pile number 4. For pile 4 who choose this beautiful heart with blue stripes, we have the Romantic Tarot deck. We already shuffled the cards for the past, the present and the future in your spiritual journey. And let's see the past cards. So we're gonna start with the oracle cards. And we do have calm with chaotic. We have the lady. We have death and the maiden. Let's put it like this. We have practicality. We have the Page of Wands. The Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Wands. The Four of Wands. A lot of fire energy. We have the Three of Cups. The King of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles. All right. So for pile number 4, where are you in your spiritual journey? Where have you been in your past self on your spiritual journey? And I already see here that you had to deal a lot with chaotic situations, with the shadow aspect from here, where you had to find your calm. And being calm, it's our ability to find peace in a relaxed and quiet place. And this place of inner peace, it's often elusive. So in the act of finding our own peace, it takes all our energy to get there. You have been confused in the past because you kept going around in the circles and you struggled to get where you needed to go. And you've been exhausted that when you arrived there, you didn't recognize the peace. So you had to stop and recognize that you need what you need. Actually, it's not really behind you, but in front of you. So you had to find your calm and find your place of inner deep quiet. And as soon as you took a moment and you relaxed, you quickly understood that things are not as bad as you thought they were. It's just you haven't been able to get off the merry-go-round till now, and you had to stop and really breathe, because your place of calmness and peace was within yourself, was within each of your very breaths. And chaos and calm can quite easily cohabitate together, provided there is room for balance here. And however, you were warned in the past that the chaos that you were into sometimes needed to be placed in the naughty corner for time out, and you had to find that the eye from the tornado, as we call it, and you had to find your calm. And it comes now to me the expression of really embrace the house and find the calm within, in the middle of the house, which is quite a very important lesson for you to grow spiritually. And I see here that we have a lady in this oracle card. In the Lenormand Gilded Reverie Lenormand oracle cards, we have the representation of the lady and the man with two pictures, and this is the second one, which is quite very beautiful. I see here a woman waiting, looking out of the window and waiting for something to arrive at her, and this could be you, a female or a female subject of your that you are thinking of, or a female partner. But this shows that probably it's your energy that represents you. It symbolizes a powerful and elegant woman. She looks over this window, so she has between her breasts, she has this beautiful talisman, I think, yes, with the feminine representation, the feminine symbol of Venus. And this light from the window shines in, emphasizing her strong features from the face and from the body. So she's really embodiment of the feminine power here. And I see here with the Death and the Maiden, which it's from the oracle deck, Light, the Shadows and the Light. And the message of this oracle card is invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance. And it might be that in your spiritual journey, in your past, you may have been in a very out of balance relationship between you and another at that time. And I think that here the death symbolize the way how this relationship went, and all happened while this skeleton came out from the closet like a truth that was revealed to you. Or it may be that you are the maiden from this story, and you had no defenses against another who drained you and claiming all the while to love you. And you may have been drawn into some sort of dramatic situation and color and entertainment of a relationship that was really full of highs and lows and passion. But you discovered in your past that that was very tiring to you, very draining, and could have had us also a lack of respect. So it was time in the past on your spiritual journey to really see the truth of this relationship and take steps to be safer, more protected, and more respected. And you did not attempt anymore to convince the death of its problems, because those real people will only draw closer, cling harder, and convince you that you had a problem and not them. So you might have felt fear in the past as to what they did once to you. You had to separate from them as they were vindictive and malicious, and freedom was the price and the worth for going through this trial of separation. So you had to ask yourself in the past if that relationship was really healthy for you, and if the answer was no to you, then you took steps to go out of it. And I see here with the practicality card, where we have the moon in Capricorn. And with the moon in Capricorn, I see some sort of searching for security in having duties and perseverance. The moon in Capricorn, it's a little bit, you had to be cautious in the past. And very, probably been in situation where you had to be restrained in expressing your true emotions and what you are feeling. And you seek practical and material answers to your emotional problems as well. Maybe in this combination you had to hold your feelings in order to maintain an image of outward calm. And the position of the moon here in this card indicates that maybe you had an oversensitive reaction to imagined or real slights from the others, but the moon in Capricorn position in society contributes to your emotional well-being, and people with this planet sign aspect usually have an emotional need for prominence and recognition, and maybe you had a family history of achievement to live up to. Whatever degree of achievement that was, you had very strong family links here, with the mother in a particular representing profound influence, because we have the lady here, and in the practicality card as well. And that suggests that you brought prominently this before the public eye. And it could indicate also in the community and political field that that was probably a part of your life. If it wasn't, it became very important. But you had in your past very strong abilities to organize things that needed probably a vehicle here, some sort of form of transporting things to bring those to success. And I see here all the time a successful woman in advancing in the career. And it could be also social work, practical assistance, recognition for patient and unassuming work, and achievement, a lot of achievements through diligence as well. And if I look at the tarot cards here, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and we see here a man watching. He sees with the eyes of a blind man, he listens with the ears of a deaf man, and he speaks with the words of a mute man, but always love like a lover. So I see that you had many visions, and you tried to maintain that practical approach where you had to cover your eyes, cover your ears, and not speak your mouth, and you had to hold a lot of emotions, but you always carried within yourself love. And I see here as well that you had a lot of visions, and you visualize a lot of how you want your spiritual growth to develop as well. And with the Three of Swords, there is if we look at the picture, there is a fixed duel here. Something ended here. And the Three of Swords symbolize a heartbreaking situation, a breakup, a losing of a person, anxiety, depression. And for some of you, might have ended a situation where the boundaries were really violated, and there was this toxic cycle of dominant and submissive game where the boundaries were really invaded, and there was some sort of invasion here. And that created a lot of disappointment and a loss for you in the past. Something ended and it's stricken to the heart by doubt. There was some sort of betrayal and perhaps even a lie, because the pain, it's the sign that the road, it's really opening to you, and you had to feel a lot of loss when it comes about the connection that you had with other people. And it could have been also cutting a communication with someone, because we have the mental with the swords. And if I look further, with the 10 of Wands and the 4 of Wands, we have a lot of wands here, which some of you might have been dealing, or you might have been in this sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have also swords here, which are air signs as well, and pentacles are signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So here in the 10 of Wands, we have At Porte Dauphine, it's the name of it. And the heart guided your steps in the right direction here. This lust that you've been through, it guided you in the right direction. And you went into this state of mind and emotional as well. You acted as well with the Wands energy, with the fire energy, that what will be, and you tried to go on the right direction, and you did a very strong positive effort for your spiritual growth here. And in the end, despite this loss that you've been through, taking on the right direction, I see here with the 4 of Wands some sort of can in this picture. It's very beautiful representation in the romantic tarot of the 4 of Wands, where love calls you to the battlefield, and not to watch you lose, but to crown you the victory. And there was some sort of celebration in your past, where you celebrated your spiritual growth here, and the way how you evolved with your heart open out of this loss that you've been through. I also see here the 3 of Cups, which is, to me, it looks like the house of love here. We see here those 3 women sitting on the balcony, looking at this man who enters on this gate, and the wand. There is a wand here, interesting. So he acted here with the 3 of Cups of going and celebrating, and that could be that all of this journey made you approach very much your friends, your family, people from a community that you felt that you belong to, like a teamwork as well, where you celebrated a lot. And the body is happy when it has what it wants. So the mind suffers when it understands what it's missing, but the balance must be found. So there is happiness here because you found your balance in enjoying with the others, connecting with your community, connecting with your friends and with your family. And for your spiritual growth in the past, that was quite very important after this lesson. I also see here the King of Pentacles. And with the King of Pentacles, there is this solitary aristocrat who is sitting here on this chair at this table, and he's quite thinking. And I see that you found in your spiritual journey, in your past, you found what you were looking for when you lost it. And you entered in this energy where you felt that love will find you naked even if you have all the money in the world. And you gave you redirected your energy through the interest that you really had. And I see here with the 6 of Pentacles that sometimes it is better to abandon the old road and venture into an unknown world. And there in this matter lies the difference, and you learn that lesson in your spiritual growth, in looking at a world that you have never seen before, looking with the new eyes. because we have also here the visions. So you had these insights and visions of looking differently, looking from another perspective, because we have here in this picture a painter who really look at the world in a way and then paints and translate through art, through color, through the emotions and the way how he view the world, translates this on the canvas. So I kind of see here also sharing this new way of seeing the world with the others. And you quite went through a lot in your past, and it brings you as well calm through the hours that you've been through. So that was like your past journey, spiritual journey. I'm gonna take the cards, and I am curious to look at the present of your spiritual journey, to see what is happening now in the present on your spiritual path. So I will take this away and we leave it in the past, and let's see the cards for the present. We have vulnerable with astonished light aspect. We have the fish. Oh, that's interesting. Let me put it like this. We also have the three fates. It's like what comes around turns around. Like a karma situation now. We have optimism with the moon in Sagittarius. We have also the hanging man energy. We have the strength. We have the Three of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. We have the Four of Swords. The Knight of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. Interesting. So pile number 4, I already see here that you are going through a karmic situation. And that made you feel very vulnerable. You, of course, have this vulnerability here where you really... I can see here that you learned to be vulnerable in your own strengths, because we have the Hangman and the Strength card here, and I see that instead of really appearing very strong in front of the others, you quite took in the present moment a different path where you really open up yourself, and you recognize the karmic depths that you might have. And when you saw that, you choose to stay vulnerable in that moment and express your emotions and be quite very intuitive with the fish here, and really connect with your intuition very much, and understand as well that in your own vulnerability you appear way much stronger. And for you, that was really very important, to really be able to express yourself as you feel, without really hiding yourself behind a mask. And I quite see here with the fish card, which is quite interesting, because that brings to you staying vulnerable. It brings to you right now a lot of abundance, and it could be something with the commerce and sales, but you advocate in this present moment in your spiritual journey for independence, and you promote self-reliance and maybe trading. But the water, it's the symbol of expansion and flow, and that is your department right now. And maybe right now you are careful to not tip the scales between tipsy and loaded. You don't want to end up dizzy and bloated. And this symbolizes resources and money. And the 3 fish here in the blue depths shows that we can really dive deep to gather in food and abundance. And in some traditions, this card symbolizes wealth. And it teaches us to make the most of the resources that we possess. And in modern parlance, it means speculate to accumulate, or making a little go in a long way. So the exact meaning, it's dependent on the cards around it. And I see here that you probably go in a cycle, in a karmic cycle here with the 3 fates, because the message of this card, it's what comes around turns around. And you may have been enjoying your own life's reruns lately, wallowing through the memories and feeling sad and bittersweet and nostalgic about the good old days, whenever they were exactly. But you know what? It's fine to muse on the past. Your memories are precious and do need to be tended. But it's another thing altogether to be filled with regret, wishing you'd done things differently. And life, it's a constant do-over. So you really get a fresh chance every second you are alive. So stop beating yourself up. You have an opportunity to heal, to clear, to no longer feel sad about the same thing anymore. You can do things differently. You are not a prisoner of how they have always been done. And what you have done, even if you judge it to be a mistake, can be reworked and learned from. So that is wisdom. You are not really so alone. We all have karmic lessons, themes, stories that seems to repeat. But learn from this situation. Be aware of what is taking place as a fateful encounter to master life. And if you take this approach, you'll be all the richer for learning. You'll be more wisey, more free, and really able to help others too. And with the optimistic card here, we have the moon in Sagittarius. And the moon shows here in Sagittarius security and optimism in adventure. So I see here that maybe some of you are going through some sort of emotional idealism, where you express your feelings honestly with the vulnerability card also here. I see that you are expressing your emotions very, very honestly, and you expect others to be equally straightforward. And you are very confident. It's very important to say what you understand to be truth, even at the risk. There is this energy of Sagittarius which speaks straight from the heart, straight from the mind, without lies, without really masks. And of course, they expect the other people to understand that they are quite very authentic and real when it comes about expressing their emotion, but even at the risk of hurting the feelings of the other people, because they are quite very honest. And you might be in this vibe. For you, honesty is very important to the relationships than well-meaning white lies. And the moon in Sagittarius, it's like it's far thinking and always have their sights set on distant lands and truths. They really have very straight visions, and they can see in the future also very, very clearly. So they kind of see the tricks that are along the road, and they consider that the Sagittarius consider that when they speak out the truth, they warn, like a warning call, the others to not fall in the traps that the others don't see it. But many times they are very judged for this type of behavior, because not everyone wants to know. Not everyone is ready to know the truth. Of course, later people arrive, years, months later, people arrive at an insight where they realize, oh, that Sagittarius, she was right. But it's an insight that they will never say it. So you guys are in this vibe where you speak freely, you envision very much outside and the situation. And I see here that you had to do a sacrifice with the hanging man. It's a self-sacrifice where it was very hard for you to do this. It's like trials and tribulations of love. The sacrifice was necessary when the cause was great, and those who dream must know they are dreaming of clouds, and there is suffering in this present situation. But you are strong with the strength card here. You have a lot of strength within yourself, and you do a lot of efforts. We do know that the violence can do nothing against gentility, and the romantic soul, it's always the strongest. And I see you here committed for a greater cause in the present moment, with the light within yourself. You still hold the light within yourself, even if you are very tested by the universe. This is a lesson for your spiritual growth. And with the Three of Pentacles here, I see that probably you are wondering, something powerful governs thoughts and even instincts here, and it is useless to resist when love has the force of love. So you kind of express yourself through artistic points of view. Pile number 4, you use art a lot in expressing yourself and showing. But it's interesting because in this romantic tarot deck, I see the representation of the strength different, and the Three of Pentacles as well. We see this woman, she holds this scale in her hands, and she's going down on these stairs, and here the hanging man is going down on the stairs also. So you I kind of see that you go down in your shadow aspects, very aware and conscious as well, and you show a lot of strength and power here, because these men appear very, very powerful. And that's very beautiful how the cards connect the phase that you are in on your spiritual journey right now. And I see here with the Ten of Pentacles an amorous trap. You mustn't miss the appointment. Wherever you have to go, you really have to go to that date, to that appointment, to that meeting with the other people, with family, with friends, with a person. The message of this card is that you do not really tighten the laces of fortune to tide, and you really let your heart take over. So you abandon yourself, and you don't really ask questions when it comes about the relationship. You do make this self-sacrifice as well. And I see here with the Four of Swords, here this is a very beautiful representation of the romantic tarot of the Four of Swords. It looks like a Viennese waltz, and I see here it's like you are going through a cycle of dying and being reborn many times as the circles of the waltz. It's like a step back, two forward, and then backwards again, endlessly in silence with sacrifice. That's interesting. And I see also here with the Four of Wands that we have this gallant rider. So I see that in your spiritual journey right now, you receive help, and the help that you needed will arrive exactly when it's needed. It doesn't arrive when we want it, but when it's really needed. So you are doing away your part with fears, and you put the fears away somehow, and you make way for your dreams. And I see also a voyage, so some of you might be traveling also, and really going probably, because I see here dancing waltz and meeting someone. So those of you might go through a journey where you reconnect with the other people, and you put all your fears away, and you go for everything that you need. You accept the help that comes towards you, and you go for everything that you desire as well. And I see also here the Seven of Cups, and in this picture there is this man with a mask who kissed the hand of this woman. And it's like you are going in some sort of dark of the night, in the dark of the night, like a dark night of the soul. And to you might be that everything has the same color and the same form, but there is a light here which comes towards you. And a light in your life, it's needed to feel unique again, but be careful at illusions as well, because we have the mask. And we have here also this woman wrapped around her eyes. So be very careful at illusions in your present moment. So this is like what you are going through in the present situation in your spiritual journey. And I am curious, let's see what will happen in the future with you, with pile number 4 in your spiritual journey. I'm quite curious. So let's see the cards. And we do have disappointed and satisfied archetype. We also have the snake. We have the grumpy red fairy. Publicity. We have the sun. That's interesting because I was just looking now at the sun from the flag here, and we have a representation of the sun as well. We do have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Empress energy. That's very beautiful. Interesting how it starts with the Oracle card and how you grow spiritually. We have also the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Judgment card. And we have the Three of Wands. Very nice. Whoa, pile number 4. You quite work your way through all the disappointments. And as I said, pile number 4, they are going in the present moment. You guys are going through some sort of karmic debts. So I see you moving. Sorry about that, I just moved my webcam. I see you moving very like a snake, moving through all the challenges that you are dealing with. That's so beautiful what I'm seeing right now here, and I'm going to elaborate, of course. Let's start with the Oracle card here, because I see that you will deal in the future with a negative aspect of being disappointed. And that might be because you will have some type of expectation, but we have the light aspect as well of satisfied. And I see in the tarot cards that there is a lot of satisfaction as well here. And I kind of see that it has to do with family very much, with kids, with family, with friends, meetings as well. So let's see here. We do know with the satisfied and the disappointed card that I'm looking at the negative aspect right now with the disappointment. Your expectation will not being met, even though you think your goals are easily attainable, and you might be easily disappointed, where life can upset you a little bit, even when it's outside of your control. So things happen in life that are out of our control, and it might be because of the other people. And you may become disheartened and frustrated at the aspects of your life that are not really measuring up, and it might drain you. It might feel you draining. Sometimes you do find yourself in a patch of thistles and burrs, and this will teach you where to walk and which path to take. So you're gonna take it on the chin, wash it off, and let this disappointment go. And you won't let your negativity weight you down, because you have much better things to do in the future with your energy, and you will transmute this energy in feeling satisfied as well. When we need to be satisfied and take responsibility for what we have control over, not for what we don't have control. So you kind of leave your disappointment behind for that which we cannot really control. And that it's interesting, because even if you will look to the other people, grumpy red fairy comes with the message of be your true self. And I see the snake also here. And snake, it could be things that are hiding to you, or you might be hiding something that you cannot trust or believe. It could be a situation where you probably encounter situations and people who cheat, deceive, and betray in a heartbeat. So you will gain a lot of awareness in being careful where you are treading. There is also a situation where you might have to stay safe from the bite of the dangerous snake, and maybe you will feel afraid at one point, but you will stay very aware of the malicious intentions of the other people. I also see here that it could be a duplicitous behavior, or a two-faced person could be a problem. And this card warns you to be wary and watch where you tread. And the snake in the apple tree symbolize the original breakup of the happy relationship we saw in the Garden of Eden, and it's seen like the original game as a biblical play. So be wary in your future and look to see what is the nature of the evil in this situation, because it could be anywhere. But you might have, I feel like I want to say that it might has to do, because he's looking towards this grumpy red fairy. And I have the feeling that in your spiritual growth, it has to do with approaching your shadow, and really deal with that, with those fears, with everything that your shadow aspects bring at surface. It could be even multifaceted, duplicitary persona that you might have to integrate aspects of your personality, and this will bring at surface that despite of the expectation of the other people, especially when it has to do with being in public, it calls you in your spiritual journey to be your true authentic self, no matter how it looks like outside, and integrate even those negative aspects from your personality. And to some people in this world, sadly but truly, it's all about fitting in. It's all about playing by the rules, and because they put so many restrictions on themselves, they get very disapproving when others like you feel free enough to be themselves, to express themselves in exciting and dynamic and creative ways. And when the grumpy red fairy comes, it may be the time in your future to really just be your own true self, whoever that is, from day to day. If you feel like you want to wear black, wear black. If you want to experiment with your hair in your own personal style, do it. Play the drums. Join the rock band that you want so much, or just don't fake it. Don't really smile to be sugary sweet and all nicey nice, just because you think that's how you should be. You will choose this authentic path of being real, of being authentic, be funny, be you, and you're gonna try a lot of different things and find out who you really are. And then the smile that do come will be genuine and will really warm the hearts of the others, because the others will recognize this authentic self of you by integrating those shadow aspects. So in your future, you will have to deal with these aspects, and that will bring you with the publicity card, because we have the Jupiter here, and Jupiter in Leo. This is like creative self-expression, expressing your own true self through arts and through the way how you dress and the things that you do. So Jupiter in Leo, it's about developing and growth, spiritually growth. And constantly you will find yourself in situation in which you can put on an impressive show even. Jupiter in Leo think big than most. So they have to take the lead of what you want and how you want the things to get done. And it could be that the local events need creative imagination and really a lot of ideas that are waiting for your special talents to put them in work, and a lot of socializing, which will give you this combination of a chance to radiate your natural warmth. But if you can find a creative job, then so much the better. And you will have a lot of opportunities to be appreciated in any of the arts or your talents, whatever, if it's professional or amateur, and really grow spiritually as you mature from that. So even if you will have some sort of temptations, you will use your discipline, which will be useful here, to really cover everything that you are doing with a lot of optimism here. I see optimism here, that this angel holds this wand with the sun card and pointing to the stars and the Terra. And I see here the sun as well. So you will attract some sort of fame or attention. You will take a leading role in a local activity, or maybe you will be a prominent member of the church or similar organization or something where you really put your art into work. And there is some kind of truth that will come off surface here, because this is the hour of the truth in the romantic tarot. The time will come to you to face the truth. And the things of love become very clear. The light will be long-lasting, and you will see clearly here. You will see clearly that you will have two options where you will have to choose with the Two of Pentacles. You are stretching your resources as well, and you will have many options from where to choose the path that you want to go through. And I see here also innocent games. What does not yet exist certainly will be, and nothing escapes change, so you will go through some sort of changes here, and everything, it's a moving wave, easy and happy, crazy and in love, very balancing anyway, balancing those energies that you are dealing with. And I see with the Empress energy that some of you might be in this motherhood role where you are taking care of other people, or being pregnant as well with the Empress, or fonding very much, because I see the kids here looking towards the mother. So it might be that you are looking toward your mother, or for some of you who have kids are looking towards the relationship that you have with the other kids of your friends or your family. And we see here, it's like the lady of the ring. Oh, and I see a friend here in the back for as well, a dog, which symbolizes a friend. So you are not really alone. Let me look better at the card. Yes, there is a big dog and a small dog here. Friends playing together, and I see here two kids as well. Very beautiful energy of giving love, nurturing, and caregiver to the others, especially with kids. And there is some sort of grace and kindness that has this Empress. She can do much for the gentle soul. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, you carry this energy within yourself, and it might be also representation of someone from your family who is doing that. Those who know how to substitute seduction for strength win. So there is a lot of generosity here. You are very generous and gentle and caring with the others, and the others are with you as well. And we have the Queen of Pentacles here. And the Queen of Pentacles, it's always the representation, symbolize a long-term partnership. So for some of you who are alone in this spiritual journey, you will find a long-term partnership here with this beautiful energy. It's like the big pot. Everything that you're gonna ask, it will be given to you. And if you offer something to the others, it will be accepted. And the future is at the window here and looks out to a sky really brimming with promises. So there it will come into your life, some sort of offer that you will really need to accept it. And of course there is this secret rendezvous, but it's not necessary, it has to be secret. I kind of get the vibe from this card that when life sleeps, the stars are awake, and love, it's like a star, and it really begins to shine when darkness falls. And there is a lot of wellness here with the Seven of Wands. Wellness, generosity, and wealth, and caring, and gentle motherhood energy here in your spiritual growth. That's very interesting. And you will go again with the Judgment card here. You will go again through some sort of self, not really self, but more like a spiritual awakening, and even more expanded and elaborated consciousness, where you will reflect even more, and you will think about the things that you are going through, the disappointments that you had in your past, and how can you make good out of it to really be satisfied. And I see here this lady with the trumpet, which calls upon everyone involved in the story, in your spiritual journey. Everyone who plays a role in your spiritual journey calls upon the others to wake up. It's like a waking up call. You might influencing other people to wake up as well spiritually and grow spiritually. And they are she's acclaimed when she's giving this call, because the other people need it so much. There is a victory here, and it will be a time in your future to in your spiritual journey to really decide. Either the mind or the heart will win, and if there has already been a choice made in the past, it must be followed. It's the point of arrival. It tells you that whatever you choose now in the present, the path that you are choosing in the present, it will point you in this direction, and this is the right path. It's a confirmation that this is the right path for your spiritual journey, because you will influence the others as well to go through awakening. And that's quite very strong and beautiful, especially when you are dealing with public, social media, and other people, and you keep your true self authentic, and you inspire the others to do the same. And I see people coming to visit you and approaching you and acclaiming you very much. So that's, you will be doing a wonderful job, pile number 4, wherever you are. I love to see this in a reading, this energy. Very strong, powerful, not afraid of the negative aspects. And I see here a queen bee. We have the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen Bee, the Three of Wands. And you take courage to say yes. It takes a lot of strength, and you had in the present spiritual journey the Strength card. So it took you. It takes a lot of strength to say no, and from Torn, pride filters a new light. So you will have some expectations from the other people who acclaim you here. It could be celebrating something, and it has to do a lot of family and relationships and the public eye as well. So that it's kind of will be the field where you will channel and work your energy, and you will grow a lot of it. And I think pile number 4, it's quite a very powerful pile. If you enjoyed this reading, I would like you to press like or subscribe and leave a comment to the comment sections, because I'm really curious through what you've been through, and if you learn those lessons that you've been through in the past, and you are going through the right path that is shown to you by the Spirit. So thank you, pile number 4, and I see you at the next reading.